There's no secret that the way people engage with brands today has changed massively over the last few years. In the main, that can be put down to the increase in the number of devices, technological devices that people use to look at content and engage with those brands, whether that's tablets, phones, smart TVs, or what have you. In addition, people are just consuming more content in different places. The fact that things like social media exist, YouTube, Facebook, people are finding messages and finding content in many, many different places. And what that does is give the consumer much more control over what they see, when they see it, and indeed how they see it. The fact that people are using a multitude of devices and finding content across multiple sources certainly gives the consumer more control, but creates huge problems for a marketer. There are so many choices, so many options, so many decisions to make. It's really difficult. Quite frankly, where does somebody start? The consumer journey is hugely flexible today. The fact that there is a proliferation of devices and the fact that consumers are walking into physical stores, using online stores, using social media, using search. But the consumer wants a brand to keep up. They expect the brand to understand what they're buying, what they're interested in, what makes them tick. And we know ourselves, something like 89% of all brands are finding it difficult to create and develop a single customer view. So there's a lot of work to be done. If it is true that putting the customer at the centre of everything you do is critical, then understanding who that customer is going to be a key driver to delivering that success. And what that means is understanding, for example, how a consumer engages through different devices, having that joined up view of how they are engaging with your brand. Also, what are they like? Are they actually a customer? Are they a prospect? What have they bought from you? What are they interested in? Developing that understanding of that consumer in a joined up way will make a difference. But all of it's doable. The ability to deliver and create that cross-device profile, the understanding of how consumers are using devices and which devices they're using and what they're interested in is entirely doable today. The way organisations perceive the value of data is certainly changing, and our own research proves this. Something like 79% of all brands believe that customer data will be driving all sales decisions by 2020, and 84% of those brands are telling us that data is central to the development of their business strategy. With data being so critical to the development of businesses and marketing strategies, brands need to realise that the sharing of data will drive success. What that means is the eradication of silos. Consumers don't think in channels, so why should businesses? Now, we've talked about the eradication of silos, somebody looking after email, somebody looking after social for many years. It's now real, it now needs to happen. Brands need to think and act differently. It's about how everybody works to the common goal, how KPIs are aligned, how teams work effectively together. Many are not even in the same building, but really it's about how they think as one and act as one. If data is really and truly entrenched within a business, then it needs to reside on a single one-stop shop marketing platform where that data, that insight and its capability is accessible by all. But in order to deliver this, a single customer view is imperative. The ability to bring that data together, linked accurately to your customers, is key. But it has to be built around what your brand wants to achieve, the goals that you set for your business. Whatever you go for, a single integrated system is going to be critical. You need to make sure that it can ingest data from multiple sources and link to multiple channels, because that's where consumers are. We've talked a lot today about the changes we've seen in marketing, how consumers engage and interact with brands, the devices they use, the importance of data and the single customer view. And certainly, if you invest in a platform, it needs to work for you today to handle that data, to handle that cross-device knowledge and insight. But have an eye on the future. What about programmatic advertising? What about addressable TV or the Internet of Things? All of those things are coming. In fact, many of them are channels and tools that you can use today. So my advice would be, whatever platform, whatever technology you invest in, make sure it serves you today, but also serves you tomorrow.